Hello again, and I'm chopping some onions to make the fried onion, piyaj beresta. And if you're not a professional cook or you don't cook that often, I would highly suggest you look down at your onions and cut it. If not, you might cut your fingers. Alright, we're done with frying our onions and they just look amazing. As you can see, it's nice, crispy. Now, if I wasn't fasting, I would have just tasted a bit of it, but you know, I have to resist. So I'm putting that away for now, and we have about 5.5 kgs of meat over here. So we have tasty bones, right? And then we just have boneless meat. And then we also have a bit of fat around here, as you can see there. So as I told you, the fat is a very important part of this biryani because we have to render down the fat, and it is just going to make the rice crispy just before we boil it and we cook it together with the meat. So the first thing is we're going to add all our dry ingredients. First, we're going to go with the salt. So I have about 5 tablespoons of salt over here. So I'm just going to go in there. So it's 1 kg for 1 spoon, 1 spoon for 1 kg. And then the next thing we have is roasted cumin. So you just take a bit of cumin, you roast it, and then you can blend it. You get a nice powder like that. So you just put the roasted cumin inside. The smell is amazing. Mutton and cumin goes very well hand in hand. So the next thing we have is the garam masala. So if you remember on our previous video, we made the garam masala, and I can tell you overnight, right? Once I've left it to dry out a bit and it loses the heat, it has matured amazingly, and you can just smell it. It's amazing. Yeah. So I'm also going to go in with about 5 tablespoons of garam masala, right? So there you go. Now we're going to move on to the wet ingredients program for the marinade. The first thing is about 5 tablespoons of garlic. So we have 6 tablespoons of ginger. Because in biryani, you don't want it to taste a bit garlicky, right? You want the freshness to come in to complement with the mutton. So that's why we put 1 extra spoon so it tastes amazing. So there you go. It goes in. And the next thing we have is almond paste. Now, in Bangladesh, you might have poppy seed, but in Singapore, poppy seed is illegal because, you know, it can be processed into many wonderful and colorful things. So what we have instead is the alternative, almond. You just roast the almond a bit and it will give the nutty roasted almond feel that poppy seed itself would give. And next we have cashew nut paste. So cashew nut, you know, in the biryani, you get that sweet, amazing taste. The sweet scent that is coming in, that's a bit nutty, a bit wet, you know. The meat, it just tastes amazing because of that. And that is because of the cashew paste. So I'm just going to add that in. So all of these are 5 spoons each. So all of the ingredients are 5 spoons each, except ginger, because we just want that extra kick of freshness. And after that is the most dangerous ingredient. If you add it too much, you won't be able to eat it. So add chili to your taste. Right, because in our family we eat a lot of chili, right? We like spicy. And my mother, if you guys know her, she will add chili to even mango juice itself. Sorry, mom. Yeah. So after that, you need to add the fried onions. Oh, they are so amazing. Iftar is about 30 minutes away from now, but I think I can resist. Yeah, I can resist. I can resist till then. Right. So once you have all of this, I would really recommend going in with your hands. If you are the kind that says, oh, I don't want to dirty my hands, get a glove, but still go in with your hands. Because the meat, you really need to rub the marinade into each and every bit of the meat. So go in with your hands, rub it in, and massage all of it in. Now, what I want you to do is, as you're massaging it in, right? I just want you to go in and smell it, right? So go in and smell it a bit. And I want you to tell me if that doesn't taste yummy. And my advice to you is to keep marinating it until it smells like the biryani itself. And trust me, the essential oils are going to go in, the nutmeg, the maize, in the garam masala, all of that are going to go in, and they will start denaturing the meat, the rendering process, and then it's going to be amazing. So now I can already smell it. It's amazing. It's wonderful. Alright, so I've been mixing this for about 15 minutes now, and now I'm going to add two main ingredients without which the scent will not be like a biryani. So the first ingredient would be rose water. So for 5 kgs, I'm adding about 3 spoons of rose water here. There you go. And next will be the kelra water. So kelra water is like a grain, rice grain rendered water. So I'm just going to add that in. So that was about 4 tablespoons. So and then you just give it a mix a bit and then store it away in the fridge. Let it marinate for about 6 hours. If you can do it overnight, that would be amazing. And then I will see you guys in the morning. We have taken out the meat from the fridge about 10 minutes ago, and we have let it rest and come up to room temperature. Now I have also mixed the meat together, and so that the bottom comes up and the top goes down. And now what we're going to do is we're going to smoke the meat. So I have with me 2 coals, and now I'm going to drop them on a steel dish, and we're going to add a bit of ghee. So a spoon of ghee goes inside, and as you can see it's smoking. Just close the lid. So let it sit there, and while it is sitting there, you can prepare the rice for the biryani. Let's catch you on that. All right now, so this has been sitting there for about 30 minutes, and it smells very smoky. And you know, like once the steel dish gets a bit hot, it starts heating up the spices a bit, and I can smell it from here. So let's open and take a look. So as you can see that there is still a bit of smoke that is coming out, and you can see that the coal is all out. Right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start cooking the meat. We're going to fry it, and we're going to render the fat oil out, and let's go through the process. Alright, so for 5 kgs of meat, we need about 3 cups of mustard oil. Now, what I have here is a mild mustard oil. So the taste is very mild. It has been processed in that way. But if you don't have that, you need to heat up the mustard oil, and then you need to probably put a bit of ginger water. So which means the ginger that you blend, you can probably mix it with a bit of water, and then you can mix it in the mustard oil once it's hot. And then the sharpness of the mustard oil is going to go out. So I'm just going to pour this in. That's 1 cup. Here is the 2nd cup. And here is the 3rd cup. Now, as you can hear that the fire is already on and it's on high. So just take a wooden spoon. Don't take a metal spoon. If you don't have a wooden spoon, metal spoon is fine. But take a wooden spoon and start mixing it around so that the frying process starts. So you just mix the oil so that it goes to the bottom, and it gets heated up, and it will be amazing. It has been cooking on medium heat for about 30 minutes now. Let's go inside and take a look. How is it? So after 30 minutes, as you can see that a lot of water has come out from the meat. We're not going to add new water to it, so we're just going to make the meat cook into its own water, and that's going to be delicious. So So we're just gonna leave it like this for another 30 minutes before we come back and check. It should be done by then, because if it's beef, then it should be much longer. So this has been cooking for about 45 minutes now. So total time would be around 1.5 hours. And then what you can see is that the oil has come up, and then the meat is nice and jiggly. You can see the meat shaking and moving. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the meat from here and transfer it to a bigger pot. So this will be our finishing pot, and where we are going to put all the meat now, and we're going to fry the rice on the meat fat, and then after that we're going to bring the rice over to this pot, and we're going to boil it further until done. So I've just added the chinigura rice, and now I'll be mixing it slowly with the fat. So as you can see that the oil is just coming through the rice, and then you have all the spices that are coming in. So I'll just keep on adding, and once it's mixed, then we'll give it a quick fry for probably about 5 minutes or less, depending on what is your heat like. And then we're going to transfer it on the meat pot. Alright, now while the rice is getting fried, now we are going to add the fried onions to this, the fried potatoes to this, and then we're just going to put it on very low heat so that it stays warm for the rice. So here we go. So we got a lot of onions. A bit more, because you want to feel that oniony, caramelized onion between each bite, right? And then when we put the rice, we'll be also layering that with onions. There, great. So I'm going in with the potatoes. So I'm just going to place them, just going to hide them or bury them inside like a treasure hunt. So when it's cooked, it's going to be delicious. So I have cooked the potatoes 40 to about 50%, because I want the potato to soak in the biryani, the curry, instead of water, or let's say the oil itself. And after I have boiled the potatoes, I have fried it in water. As you can see, we got a pretty good design going on. Okay. All right, now we are back on the rice itself. You can see that it has absorbed all the oil, all the fat. Oh my God! Let me. If you could just smell this right now, it's like mutton fatty. It's like the sweetness and everything has just gone in. And I've added a bit of chili over here. You know, raw chilies, right? So when they roast, the chilies will give up this amazing scent, and it's going to be next level amazing. All right. So the next step is we're going to add the rice into the meat. So I'll meet you right after that. All right. So as you can see that I have added the rice into it, the pulao rice with our chilies, little chilies right here and right here. So. And now we're gonna add the water. So now as you can see that we have added about, because there's 2 kgs of rice, so that's about 8 pots or 8 cups of rice, and we have added double the amount of water, so that would be around 16 cups or 16 pots of water. And do you remember that we made the divots? So that helps the water to reach all the way into the meat, and it will cook the meat totally, and it will be amazing once we are back. So the water has just become nice and warm, so we are going to add in what we call condensed milk powder. So we're just going to add that in. In Bangladesh it's called mawa. So we have added about 6 spoons of mawa. 1 spoon for 1 kg of meat is the same. Okay, so now as you can see that the rice and the water is just coming to level, which means it's quite done. Yep. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some dried plums, and then we're going to cover it back up for it to be done. So there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, my whole house smells like biryani, fatty mutton, and the rice is just amazing. It's finally done. Just one more step. I would add a bit of a fluid mixture. So this is Kera water, rose syrup, and a bit of sugar. So about 1 tablespoon of sugar. I'll just add it a bit around. And then I will give it a mix. So you can see it's amazing. All the meat is cooked. You can see the meat are falling apart. The rice is just amazing. So just a piece of advice: once you're done cooking, don't straight away go in to stir the rice, because once when the rice is heated up, it's in a very delicate state, right? So let the rice cool down a bit, let it relax a bit, and then move it around. So just for decorations and also flavor, I'm going to add a bit of fried onion, as we say it in Bangladesh, Eid Mubarak. A little bit more. And we are done.